I'm Tasia,
Hi, I'm Keisha.
and we're both fourth-year students at Cal Poly studying computer science. And today I brought Keisha on to ask her about being an international student and her experiences. So, Keisha, do you have anything else you want to say to introduce yourself? Okay. Well, where are you from?
I guess I'm from Malaysia. I've been in college for 4 years. I've been in America for 4 years, so I've been in Malaysia for like the first 18 years of my life.
Right. So how long have you been in the U.S.?
About 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And how did you hear about Cal Poly?
Well, I knew that I wanted to go study computer science because I was looking, like, that was the most ideal major for me. I didn't like bio, I like math, and I guess I liked physics, but I knew I did not want to do anything related to bio.
I didn't like physics, in case you couldn't
So I
tell.
took an online class in computer science, and it was like the Harvard X. I don't know. The Harvard EDX class.
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
And I liked it. I was like, hey, this is cool. I want to do it. So I just signed up for that. And I knew that California was a good option for CS because I thought it was like close to like Facebook and Apple. So let's go for that.
Oh wait, so I've never heard of Harvard edX. Maybe I'll link that down below so you guys can.
Yeah. Send you a link.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. So what made you want to study in the States though, specifically, and not in Malaysia? Was there anything in particular?
That's a good question. So the practice in Malaysia, if you have money, or like got a scholarship for smart enough, was to go overseas for your college education. And usually they pick UK because our entire system is a British system. Because we're a Commonwealth country, so you could find like Thailand probably, and Malaysia and Singapore, like they're all in the British system. So it made sense to do your college in the British system as well. It's not like that we didn't have colleges. I feel like people had they felt like they're going to a more prestigious school if you go overseas, and like plus you get better job opportunities if you go study overseas versus staying at home. So that was like the practice. It's unusual for people to go to the United States, but my dad he worked at a American company, so he knew a lot of American colleagues who had high. I don't know, they just raved about Cal Poly especially because they were also in the IT industry.
Oh, okay.
So I decided to come to the States for that.
Oh, okay. Did you experience culture shock when you first moved here?
Not at all, because I watched everything. I knew everything about the American culture through American television because that's the popular thing to do. Like, that's how I learned most of my English was from TV, and I knew what people acted like. That was interesting. I just kind of knew what to expect. I don't think I got really surprised at all, besides like being there in person, like seeing, like usually, okay, I didn't tell you this before, but being in America, you see all these, I'm sorry, but you see all these white people, and then, like, you initially, if you're in Malaysia or in an Asian country, you see a white person, you're like, oh, it's a tourist, oh my god, why are they here? Like, you have nothing. But you're here, like, there's tourists everywhere.
Are they tourists or are you? I'm kidding.
That's what I thought. I was like, being in here, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by all these tourists.
Because that's what you knew them as before.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
That's funny. What helped you adjust to being here?
WOW in Cal Poly, which, you want to explain that?
Yeah, so WOW is Cal Poly's orientation program that is a week long. It stands for a week of welcome, WOW. And they pick a lot of people that are in your dorm typically, and you guys are in a group of probably about 10 people, and you spend the entire week doing activities together, and so you have a really solid friend group at the beginning of school that you can rely on and, you know, just make you feel comfortable as you get adjusted to being here in school. So yeah, that's what WOW is.
Yeah, so that WOW experience really helped me out because it had set me up for an initial group of friends that I could stick with and, like, you know, like learn about how to be in an American college more about. So like I got more comfortable being in a foreign country because I had this great group of friends to start with, so I felt really comfortable.
That helps a lot, yeah. What are things you found weird?
That everyone pretends to be friendly, so
Pretends?
yeah, when you walk by a street, and let's say you're walking your dog or whatever, and you walk by this stranger, and you look at your stranger, you make eye contact, and he was like, how you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm walking my dog, and school's hard and everything. You don't say that, but like you just say good because they don't really care about how you're doing. They just say that out of courtesy. So that was weird to me that people who didn't know you would ask you how you're doing. And like also another thing was they speak really loud. I could be standing like 10 feet away and still hear their conversation. That was really weird because I don't know, I feel like maybe you guys are just more confident than us Malaysians are. You guys talk really loud, so yeah.
I don't know much about that, but what are things you like?
I think it's a slow thing where everyone's just really friendly. Like if you're lost or anything, it's easy to ask for help. Or like I think people are just so ready to help you out here, and yeah, I think that's pretty much. Oh, and I like the weather. It's not humid. It's not hot and humid all year long, which is something I can get used to.
Is that what Malaysia's like? It's hot and humid?
It's hot and there's no seasons in Malaysia.
Oh, good.
It's just humid all year long. So my hair is curly right now. It gets really frizzy at home. Yeah.
Oh, you have beautiful hair. Yeah. Okay, what are some challenges you've faced since being here?
I don't think there are like major challenges, but I never really understood a lot of references like people growing up here grew up to. Like some Super Bowl commercial ads and like I don't know if this is probably something everyone else faces, but I don't know what sports team is related to what sports. Like I don't know what
You're not alone. I don't know either.
I don't know what the Blue Jays are or the Lakers. I mean I know what Lakers are, they're basketball, but I don't know, like a lot of other things. Like I never understood that, and how I guess how football is not football, it's soccer here. It's American football, it's football. So yeah, that's a challenge. And also like on a more meaningful side, I just felt like I didn't feel cool enough to like understand these people. Like I had to go through that cool, like am I cool or not phase that everyone went through in their American high school experience.
She's cool, I can tell you that. Do you have any advice for potential incoming international students, ways that they can adjust to being at a foreign school?
Yeah, so in Cal Poly specifically, and I'm sure that this is in every other school, there's an international students club. I'm pretty sure it's more common in other schools because this is a side note, but Cal Poly has less than 1% of their student population is international.
No way.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
There's like, I don't even know, at least 4 others. No, at this point, I think there are 3 other Malaysians on campus, and a lot of like German exchange students. They don't even stay here for the whole 4 years. They only here for like a few quarters or a year at least, at the most. So I'm sure there's always a club that you can go to, and they usually have a lot of social settings that you could meet other international students with. And also like one major thing I learned is just to ask people if you don't understand what they're saying, or like what does this reference mean, or like what do you guys mean by let's bounce, or like stuff like that. Just like like go to club meetings and everything, meet more people, try to fit in I guess, or just be yourself. Yeah, just don't be afraid to ask questions. That's about it.
Okay, well thank you so much, Keisha. If you guys have any comments, I can have her answer them later. And yeah, thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Of course.
Yeah.